going to dive back into some Spelljammer, combat and exploration. We're going to do some more fightercraft production. So give me a moment here to check my signal, go through my spiel, and then we'll get into this for a couple hours. Hold on real quick. Let's see. Hold on real quick. Sounds good to me. If you follow me on Twitter, I've just posted that I'm live. You can follow me on Twitter at Phil Kearney. Hey. My name is Phil Kearney. I create RPG supplements. Currently, I've been focused on 5th edition. I make PDFs and then I publish them on the DMsGuild. There is a link, a number of links in the description down below that leads you to different works that I've already created on the DMsGuild. They're all 100% free previews, so you can read any of my work cover to cover. There's maybe amongst those books below, there's maybe like around 150 some odd illustrations. Hold on. Let me get rid of this real quick. Yeah, so you can check out my work. Definitely take a look at the artwork. I spent a ton of time on it. And so if you like art, check it out. If you like D&D mechanics, check that out too. If anything resonates with you, consider making a purchase. It certainly encourages me being productive, and it is ultimately the end goal. So, we're currently making Spelljammer supplements. This is a different type of scaling mechanic for mapping ships at 50, 500, 5,000, which is also a mile. Foot scale, 1 mile, 10 miles, 100 miles, 1,000 miles, up to 10,000 miles of movement per round in a spelljamming ship, or you could do a hex space crawl up to 100 million miles a day. But we're doing page layouts on Saturday. Hold on, let me make sure I've got my stuff in order here. There you go. We do page layout on Saturday. We're almost done with our token assets. So once those are out of the way, we'll just be doing like charts and tables and building graphs and stuff alongside with the actual text that we're putting together. So like, subscribe, hit the bell, let the algorithms know that y'all think this is fun stuff to check out. So let's have some fun and check this stuff out. So we're building the Elven Flitter right now. Here is the Elven Star Moth, or what used to be the Man of War in 2nd edition. They scrubbed out the English Navy fleet stuff, so now it's a Star Moth, and this doesn't exist in 5th edition Spelljammer, but this is the Elven Flitter. This uses the fighter craft mechanics. Each square here is a 5-foot square, while each square here is 50 feet, and then you can see that in some of the previous sessions, I think like around episode 70. We were looking at the extension of the Nyogi hunt in Lattice Araxis, where we have the asteroid field at the 500-foot scale, where your ships are basically dodging and fighting amongst asteroids at 500 feet, at the 500-foot scale, with each ship occupying a single 500-foot square, as though they were like, say, pixies in a gunfight in a dungeon. It's basically the same physics. If you guys stick around and check out the layouts, you're going to start seeing some mechanics that flow through. And once we actually finish the document and publish it on the DMsGuild, it will also be 100% free preview. Downloads are going to have a ton of these map and token assets. But once it's actually published, I'll do a page-by-page walkthrough of this 90-page document. Here, just for bragging rights real quick, we'll pan out to take a look at. Yes, I use Word for my layouts. This stream's intention is to demonstrate how do we create PDF documents for tabletop games, and I'm using 5th edition because I love 5th edition. I love Spelljammer. Here we are. But I've been doing layouts. The back pages of this is converting Lattice Araxis into these Spelljammer mechanics that we created. We got a random system generator. We have supplemented Boo's Menagerie with mechanics for upscaling creatures at larger scales when the creatures are larger, as well as like how these unnatural creatures maneuver around in wild space in the astral sea. Random system generator, combat, exploration are their own chapters. We have spellcasting mechanics for affecting vehicles and objects and stuff up to a mile away. It can be done. You just have to be smart about selecting what you can allow to scale and how it interacts with the characters. The ship rules. Give me a hot second. I swear we'll get into artwork here in a second. I just like bragging about this thing. We should be able to zoom in a bit. Maps and scale combat. It's currently broken up, but yeah, we got our ship rolls here for the different. Instead of like having like bosun and stuff like that, it's just very mechanical. It's the different types of action economy in a 5e round of combat, and the different roles that characters can play on the ship, and you can play multiple roles at the same time on the ship. Like you can be a siege commander, ordering your weapon crews to attack while you're also the pilot maneuvering the ship and using weaponry to attack with. And you can be a support to lend aid to your siege teams in reloading or firing or aiming while you are piloting your ship. And in the middle of all that, you could pull out a crossbow and thunk, shoot somebody in the face. So it's super smooth, liquidy smooth action economy, scaling from 5 foot into 50 foot, 500 foot, and then into miles. It's all the map system that we have that I use on Roll20. You can place on a kitchen table, or you can expand on it if you stay inside a virtual tabletop, and we'll spend time with that, looking at that scaling. And we're gonna have example imagery of how that interacts on the VTT or on your tabletop. So smooth system, works fantastic. All the playtesting went great. There's a crap load of nuances that go into building magical physics into the realms of space, but we put in the time. So we got the results. And so I'm going to continue our endeavor now. Let's see. The way that we do is merge. Here, we're going to drop the opacity so that we can see through this to the deck plan so we know where to place things, right? So let's see. How do we want to do? I want to grab... right. I want to grab the deck plans. Cool. This is our top deck. I don't need actual symmetry here, right? All I need to do is work on this center line, because I'm going to end up just mirroring the whole thing anyways. It's just a token, so I don't have to worry about the interior. But yeah, this is these flitters are big, man. They fill up the 50-foot square. We can come back and make like a very, very small version. I question if this is accurately titled a flitter, but there's only the Armada class, the Man of War Starmoth. There's only the Starmoth in 5th edition, but in 2nd edition there was the Armada, which filled a 500-foot square, and there is the Man of War, which we know as a Starmoth, which fits 200 feet, and then the Flitters. In 2nd edition, I think there was something like 20 feet in size, but since they didn't claim it in 5th edition, I'm just making it what I want. So I could easily make a 10-foot flitter, and I'm actually fancying the idea here when I'm done building this flitter. I'm gonna actually let this overlap a bit there. Spent way too much time on that particular line. Blah blah. Let's see. Let's take this and darken it a bit. Very good. There. Let's keep your channel straight there, buddy. Thank you. If you're checking out the stream for the first time, if this is after the live recording and you're catching this in the future, I really hope everything is working out for you in the future. Cheers! Thanks for being here. We do this every day, Mondays through Fridays in the morning. Grab my cup of coffee and we do some artwork on Mondays and Thursday nights. I'm on currently on the evening shift. I'm working on Eberron maps for the adventure that I've designed with Andy Headley and Stuart Braz. I love it. I really hope people enjoy that adventure when it comes out because I've got like I had like 15 people play test it, and 3 of them are DMing it. So it apparently they enjoyed it enough that they wanted to throw it at their friends. It's got some really great jacque going on, different pathing and challenges, getting into the dungeons as well as in the dungeons themselves. So there's a lot of path decision making that the DM can control a lot, as well as just impact of what kind of a game they want to have. I kind of built it with professional DMing in mind, in that if you're a professional DM, you may want to be running the same adventure repeatedly, and this one has 6 different plot hooks that give you different objectives and different resources to achieve those objectives, so that every time you run the campaign, you can create, you can provide pre-generated characters and have them like roll a d6 to decide which plot is important to their specific character, or you could roll as a group. You could have characters with potentially opposing goals that they could try to sort out at the end of the adventure. If it's a one-shot, it could end up with everyone Reservoir Dogs style just being dead after finding what they were looking for and disagreeing on what they're supposed to do with it. Lots of fun stuff that folks can do. So, and it's a bunch of undead. And it's in Karnath, which is a great place to adventure, in Eberron in general. And having adventure content for the gatekeepers and for the 12 as patrons, and for the Silver Flame. All these things, it touches on a lot of points that people really enjoy about Eberron, and Eberron's my home campaign. It is my default campaign. I absolutely love Eberron as a world, and when we finish our time travel campaign, we're going to switch into Spelljammer, and if I do it right, it'll be the same campaign. If I don't, then they'll be able to conclude their current campaign. They're 17th level right now, so we should be hitting 18th level in a week or two. And once they do, when they hit 18th level, we'll be in a fast spiral to completion at that point. There's not going to be much that's going to be able to hold them back at that point. I actually have sessions scheduled tonight. Or this afternoon, anyway. My current game is with my coworkers at my day job. It's our weekly lunch break. we sit down as a team and rough up monsters. It's pretty cool. There, put it like that. I don't think I need to mince on this nearly as badly as I am. So get out of your rut, Kearney. Those pixels don't push themselves. Yeah, man, I'm super looking forward to Saturday. It's just there's once I release okay, I call them flagships. You can actually see it in the Color Mana Spell Point Variant Rule Bundle that I have down below. And again, all those books you can read at 100% free preview. But what I like to do is create a flagship book, which is something that you can build other things off of. Like, it's a core idea that has more growth than a single book can easily accommodate. So, like, the core mechanic, like the Spellpoint variant rules I have in there are built around Magic the Gathering color magic variant rules. And from that, I can derive variant rules for, like, Knights and Tricksters, and for Warlocks, and for Monks. And then I can make the whole thing system neutral, so if you don't want to use specific color mana, I provide you with the narrative tools to do so instead, and have a logical progression with that you can use for either color or elemental magic. So a flagship is a book that can spawn additional ideas that can be placed in other books, either my own or somebody else's, that I can then bundle with to help provide advantage for selling the new thing while supporting the original flagship. So Spelljammer is a flagship book, but it's actually just an extension off of the mass combat in command system that we've been developing. That if you check out my playlists, you will see a playlist stream for in command. That is the original system that we were developing, and when I stopped working on it, it's because we had figured out how to do. We figured out how to do the combat system using vehicles from Descent into Avernus, the Infernal War Machines. And then once Spelljammer got announced and we saw the rules in August, we were able to suss out that we can use those same Infernal War Machine mechanics for Spelljammer as well. But then Spelljammer introduces a ton of physics that need to be resolved in 5th edition, which is why everyone thinks the Spelljammer supplement is such a failure from Wizards of the Coast, because they didn't put the time and energy needed to build out all the game physics that go along with being in space. And so we've invested a good 6 months now. It took about a year for us to get to the point where we had got Infernal War Machines to where we wanted them to be. So when Spelljammer came out, it was really easy for us to be able to just build out the combat mechanics for spelljamming. And then it was like, well, we need all these other things. So the system that we had developed for this large-scale combat worked just as well for Spelljammer. So that all panned out really, really well, and got us to this point. So once we get done with this, then we'll be able to continue our effort in the mass combat, like the guilds and army system that we have, and then apply like we have for here. We built the we rebuilt Light of Xeraxis to use the scaling combat system we have for spelljamming ships. So too, we can build out for Dragonlance. We can provide you, and the intention is to start playtesting in August, maybe September. But the converting the Dragonlance adventure into our mass combat system, and using both the adventure, the challenges in the published adventure as well as the board game to prove that our combat mechanics are really good and that people should be preferring them over anything else that's been kickstarted, or the umpteen billion different versions that are on the DMsGuild that none of them hit the mark. So none of them are quite hitting the same flavor notes that we have in our combat system, which I am very, very proud of. So I am attempting to race this thing out for folks to be able to start enjoying this. And as its own flagship, I can start building out like the Armada, Tsunami, a lot of the others, like the Bat, that hadn't gotten included in 5th edition just because of bandwidth issues. And I can convert all of the 2nd edition Spelljammer adventures into this scaling combat system, so that you can actually do Spelljammer combat, but not clunky and weird the way that second edition does it. So I love Spelljammer. It was the first box set that I purchased when I think I was 14, and I was in love with Spelljammer ever since. It was always a part of my campaigns from there. And then when Planescape came out, it seemed natural to get rid of Phlogiston and go with Astral Sea. So I was really thrilled to see 5th edition go with that solution of just integrating the Astral Sea as a means of ships voyaging. So, freaking awesome. Freaking awesome stuff. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's, I don't know what I'm looking forward to more. Rebuilding the Elven Armada or the Ogre Mammoth. Mammoth is such a cool ship. But we'll get to all of them eventually. But yeah, once the Dragonlance adventure, once the Eberron adventure is done, I'll get the Martial Powers project completed, and that's on our Monday afternoon stream. And I've got a playlist for Martial Powers as well. And once that is completed, we'll be able to focus all of our attention on the Dragonlance cartography and adventure setup. Build that out. That'll probably be somewhere in 2024 that we get that resolved. I wish I had more of me. I really do. I've got 10,000 years worth of ideas, and I only got about 40 years left in me to do it. So I gotta start being picky and choosy. But eventually I'll finish flagships, and once all the flagships are done, then I'll be able to curve them all into each other. It'll be fun. Let's see, what is our... How about that? How about that? Take this down to 2 pixels. Which I'm expressing as 3, so I may as well get... Nah, we want to. Now allow me to clear my throat for 10 minutes. Do I have a timer set? Did I set my timer? It's 6. No, I didn't. It's 6:18 now. Here in Seattle, I've got until 8 o'clock. So I've got 100 minutes. I got 100 minutes. I'm breaking it up into 20-minute chunks. So cheers. No, that is not what we want to do. That is what we want to do. This is where we want to be. Right here. Oh, maybe you guys can hear me better now. I'm gonna get my microphone over by me. I've got my microphone on a boom now, so I actually have to, think about where it's at. I used to just have it sitting on my desk, and it's like, this is the same thing every time. But I didn't like. I think it had more echo than I wanted. I think this is gonna end up being better. Still trying to mess around with gain and stuff a little bit. Reduce the gain. Should help. 0. Don't need to worry about crossing that midline because it's all going to be mirrored. Nice. Let me finish out this curve, and I'll get the colors back on point to where they're supposed to be, so we can be sure we're doing this right. There you go. Where? Wrong button, Kearney. Nice. Looks like I don't have a lot to say. I am aware that not talking isn't nearly as entertaining as talking. This entertainment thing is a known variable. There we go. Yabba 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 yabba. Let's see. Bop. I'll probably change that color. There. Picture perfect. You, however, ugly, ugly. Let's find a ladder. Let's go find a ladder to put in here. Do I have a ladder on this deck? I sure don't. Sad panda. Do you have a deck? You do not. Down in the wasp. I think that'll... I think the wasp has something for us. I love the wasp. It is... Nope, that's just an open hatch. Turtle ship. There we go. Rawr. There, we'll gank that color.
There we go. Yeah, that feels good. Let's see what's next. Meow, 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 meow. Here. Get out of the way, turtle. There. Let's go with 3 squares is what we want, and we want a gap of 2. Well, that's too faint. Oh. Okay. Too thin. Too thin. Too thick. Too thin. Just right. There you go. Oh, herpy derp. I just say herpy derp. That's hilarious. I'm gonna keep that one when I'm talking to hoes. Herpy derp. What's that hyena laugh I've got going? Oh my god, that's the worst. Did you know you can change your laugh by actively thinking about it? I have changed my laugh multiple times over my life because I end up over time I end up sounding like a hyena, and I gotta control that stuff. So you just gotta think about how are you laughing, and then just control the modulation of your breathing while you do it and the pitch. And you can habitually change your laugh. It's not something you're stuck with. You're not cursed with a shitty laugh. You choose not to change it. But you got to know it can be changed for you to make that choice. So this is me officially giving you a permission slip to change your laugh. It's actually kind of important. You gotta put your best foot forward, you know. I'm gonna grab this bunch. I'm gonna copy, paste, and then drag it. Ugh, woof. Something is off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 3, 3. You guys gotta let me know when I can't count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I can count. You guys gotta let me know when I can count. I'm gonna take a sip of water to get my head straight. Alright, let's do that again. This time with feeling. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. One, two, three. Cool. Let's merge these down. Merge those layers. Then we can just pull them with a smudge tool at 100% strength. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Cool. Get rid of those. Excuse me. Oh. Like that. The eye-hand coordination is the tricky part of art, but once you get over the hurdle of being able to do that, then it's just a matter of being, it's just perception checks from there, man. Like just being aware of what you're working with and how the angles work and like rules of perspective and all that stuff is referenceable. So you can, once you get to a place where your hand goes where your eye looks, you know, then all you got to do is just start looking at good reference content to be able to duplicate where the pixels go. And there's absolutely no shame in starting off by tracing. But tracing won't get you to where you need to be, ultimately. But it helps you start building that skill set. I traced a lot when I was young. A fledgling artist. I started with giant robots that evolved into armor, like suits of armor, that evolved into less and less armor, showing more and more flesh and organic material, as it were, and then eventually I was able to draw proportions correctly. So that was a really natural progression for me from Robotech into armored knights into roguish heroes. It wasn't planned, but looking back at it, it was pretty genius. The path I got to follow to become the artist I am today. You got that. We'll fix those lines when we're there. Actually, I can just go ahead and do that now. Easy peasy. Yeah, let's take this and You know, if I make the ladder the top layer, I don't have to duplicate it. Some big brain thinking there, Kearney. I can actually group those, duplicate the group, and then we're going to free transform. Gonna flip it vertical, and now, baby. Yeah, that seems legit. Yeah, there's a gap there, obviously, but it's legit portioning. Hi, Woogie. And I don't need the deck plan anymore. Let's ungroup. Do we want to merge? That looks good. Yes. That also looks pretty good. I think I can just go ahead and merge. What? Merge, don't do it? No. There we go. This one. That's right. Merge that down. Merge, don't do it. Absolutely do it. Merge. Yes. Merge. Get rid of that crease. Blot this in. Blot. There. Yes, timely timer, keeping time. Let's drink some coffee. Oh, good morning, folks. It is a glorious morning. There we go. I wasn't wrong there. Excellent. Not being wrong is nice. Unless it's horrible. In which case, I'd rather not be. Let's get rid of all that interior. Do I want to do that? Nah, actually, I want to keep it. Changed my mind. For Castle Hassle. There we go. Let's just do it like that. Cool. That looks good now. Yeah, I think we can bind these. No, wrong button, Kearney. Go back. Let's go back to a low, slow smudge. There we go. Nice. Pretty happy with this. Make these things work together. All right, that looks pretty good. Just gonna get rid of this altogether and just focus on this one half. That is how symmetry works. Curve all that into position. Feels pretty good. Let's see. Okay. Spelljammer. What else we got going on over here? Okay. I'm on Raw. Raw. Yeah, that feels right. What do we want to do? I think one of the things I enjoy a lot is I use epidemic music. One of the things I enjoy a lot is when I'm listening to other YouTube streams and I hear the songs that I have on my epidemic list. Like, I know that song. I love that song. One, two, three. There we go. Chip chop, chiree, chiroo, chirum. Just want to smooth out that roughness a little bit. Let's duplicate these. 3 times form equals flip vertical and slide these into position. Lines up pretty nicely. There we go. I don't think I like this, so I'm gonna get rid of it. What if instead I did this? Yeah, I like how that's looking. Yeah, something like that. That looks cool. Copy, paste, flip, retransform, vertical. Thank you, Timely Timer. Well, I got an hour left. It's 7 o'clock. Yeah, I got an hour. Holy crap, I have an hour. Yeah, that looks cool. Bruh. Is that how I want that to do? Yes. Cool. And then we want to grab let's just grab that reference. Yeah. Nice little gradient fade. I just want to go, yeah. Good enough. Sorry, I blew that in your ear. I'm going to do that. Duplicate the layer. Free transform equals flip vertical. Let's see if it lines up okay. Lines up pretty okay. We'll get to that in a second. Merge that down. We can merge that down. Here. Let's build this right. That should work. So let's duplicate this. For transform, flip. Perfect. Merge that down. We'll just leave that like that. That's fine. Cool. Let's see. So the wings that we have left, I want to put some highlights in on these grooves, though. So I'm going to merge that stuff down. So we have the piping, and then we're going to put highlights into the piping. And let's see. Yeah. Get this into position. Nice. That'll doodle. Let's build little nodes here for us to work off of. Like that. Yeah. Very nice. There. Nice. All right, so we'll duplicate this. And then we free transform. Flip, vertical, slide that into position. Nice. All right, cool. Then we burn that down. Now we get to build our wings. Let's go with top deck. Fuselage. Between the fuselage and the top deck, we'll have our wings. So let's see. How do we build wings? That's right. We go with this gradient. Man, do we have time for this? Can we get this done? We got 45 minutes. Can I get it done? I don't know, honestly. We start in here. Yeah, start there and we just do a fade around. So we'll put in a thick color, we'll smudge it into a decent gradient. We may take some eraser to it to burn down the gradient a little bit more. Feels like it's curving out okay though. better. Thank you, Timely Timer. 40 minutes left on my block. I might be able to get these wings done. We shall see. Yeah, I like how that looks. Smooth out a little bit. Looking pretty good. Hold on. So this sweeps like that, and then here. Okay. Something like this. So I want to make this curve work properly. Nice. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this gradient. So I can just set proper. And take that opacity down really low to like 20%, 30, 20, something like that. Low scope. Work a smooth gradient into this. Almost there. That feels pretty good. And if I can stop mashing these pixels, I can get some piping in and I'll be done with it. No. Merge that in like that. Should be able to get this. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's see. Zero. 100% power. Super erase. Mm-mm. There's immense satisfaction from building a token well. Apparently got a small cataract that causes a little black blip every now and again out of the corner of my eye. Probably gonna have to get that burned out here probably in a couple years. It's not debilitating yet, but I just notice it, you know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're too young to know what cataracts feel like. It's just basically like a cigarette burn in your view. That's super tiny. And since it's a blemish on your lens, it only shows up depending on how your eye is zooming, you know, bending the lens to view things. Sometimes it's not visible at all, and sometimes it just kind of like blips in as you zoom in or zoom out of whatever it is that you're noticing. Interesting. But, you know, just an indication I'm getting old. I'm running out of time. I should run faster. God, that looks pretty cool. That legit looks pretty cool. Okay, so that is that. And the last thing we have to do is put in the piping. So, wish me luck. Do I have a central vein that works down these? Kind of. I'm gonna go with that approach. I'm gonna go with a central shock that goes down like that. Like that. Is that how that works? Yeah, kind of. Basically. Like a leaf. Digging it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is that how that works? Yeah, kind of. Occasionally. I don't like this line. Okay, so we can get rid of that. We can take this, we can drop the opacity on this so that we get an idea of where we're at, and we can redo it. Something like that. Yes. What is that? 20 minutes left? Yeah, we've got 20 minutes left. Ugh. We should be okay. We're racing now though. See if we can get this done on time. God, what is this, Wednesday? Oh my God. That means we're going to have tomorrow and Friday to work on the Nyogi Spiderling. That's great news. I don't know, maybe we'll get this done today. We don't have a lot of time left, and I want to respect that time marker. I got a lot on my plate for today that I got to get to. So I may end up just having to finish this. Well, we'll see. If I can get it done, I can get it done. Signs point to no. Just reading the energy. Bringing the energy. Just reading the energy real quick. It feels like I'm going to have to mince on this a little bit longer than I have time to do so today. So I'm just going to keep pushing here to see if I can surprise myself. But if I'm right, good for me, I'm right. But I don't want to use that as an excuse to slow down. Do like that. Boom, doom, doom, boom, doom, boom. Yeah. This is such fun work. I really just love patterns and building textures, and just visual language in general is a lot of fun. Ironic because of how blind I am, but I guess that's that's the trick, right? I didn't come to this world because I wanted to have an easy life. If I was, I'd be born rich. I apparently came in here to challenge myself, so here I am. Challenging myself. Me-do-do. Let's curve that off. And I do that over here. Looking like that. Leave that open. Something like that. Like that, and then we can bring this over here like this. And here. Let's do like that. Yeah, I've got maybe like 10 minutes left. Yep, it's about 10 minutes. Shit. It's close, guys, but it's not going to be quite. That's fun. Have that little hole in there. Seagulls are out in force tonight. Probably going to be fighting the crows over trash in the dumpster again this afternoon. That'll be good watching. It's fun watching pigeons, crows, and seagulls all face off against each other over trash. It's cheap entertainment. weaken like this. Is that the kind of flow that I want? Just kind of, you know, flow downhill a little bit more, you know? That feels okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. I want rounder here. That. I want to have this downhill sort of effect going. Too linear. Too close. Yeah, like that. So you can see I'm trying to get this like flowing downwards these tips, right? So that they thin out as they go along. Boy, oh boy, I am damn near out of time. 55? Holy crap. That's a good catch right there, though. There we go. How's that feel? Not bad. That'll do, pig. All right, so if this is our array, do like that. Cool. Get rid of that. So we duplicate this layer, and then we take our eraser and we go a 10% eraser, and we just start erasing. Yep. Further out towards the edge I am, the more it's erased. The more in the core of it, the less. I want to erase at these edges a little bit. Like that. Oh my god, we did it. We actually did it, guys. Nice. Let's look at, maybe I want to drop the opacity on this just a touch. Take it like the 90. Nice. So we'll duplicate these layers. Free transform equals flip vertical. Look at that. Perfect timing. Bam. We'll drop our turret on there. We got ourselves a flitter, folks. So I'm just going to take a super hot instant moment here. The fuselage. There. Just want to highlight this just a touch more, I think. Nope, I guess not. Hot daggity dig. Hey guys, we built the thing. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's go down here to wings. Ha! We built a thing, guys. All right, that one is done. So we are done with our flitter for now. I could always change my mind later, but I'm pretty happy with how it sits. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And that means the last thing we have is the spiderling. We have to work on the outline a little bit. But then we're going to do the same thing to the spiderling starting tomorrow as we just did with the flitter today. I anticipate this being, I've got tomorrow and Friday to get this thing done. And then we come back on Saturday. So Spiderling Friday, Thursday, Spiderling Friday. Book layouts on Saturday. Thursday night, tomorrow night, we'll be back to work on the Eberron map some more that we've been building for our adventure. And then that'll be the weekend. So, cool. And, if you guys are checking this out in the future, thanks a lot for being here. Check out the work that I have down in the description down below. Take a look at the illustrations that I do and the concepts. If you like any of it, please purchase it. It certainly helps. But more than anything, right now, I need subscribers and I need hours watched. I've got about 1,050 hours of consumed content. I need to get up to 4,000. And I have 140-ish subscribers right now. Thank you guys. I need to be at 1,000 for me to be able to monetize the channel. God, that would be amazing if I can get an art channel up to 1,000 plus viewers. So if this is of interest to you at all, be welcome to drop comments. Hit me on Twitter at Phil Kearney. If you know where I hide out on the Discords, be welcome to say hey to me there. And we're going to work on this outline tomorrow. And I'll be back in 22 hours. So looking forward to hanging out. See you guys then. Cheers.